Student friends, in yesterday's lecture we started with enhancement metal oxide field effect transistor. We studied the construction and working of E-MOSFET. Friends, today we are going to consider the current and voltage characteristics of E-MOSFET under the title IV characteristics of E-MOSFET. E-MOSFET means enhancement metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. As like D-MOSFET, E-MOSFET also has two types of IV characteristics. One is output characteristics and second one is transfer characteristics. As we are aware that E-MOSFET works only in enhancement mode. So that's why the output characteristics must be obtained when gate to source is forward biased. For N-channel E-MOSFET, gate is of P-type, and that's why to the gate, positive terminal of the battery VCC is connected and negative terminal is grounded. Whereas VDD is the battery connected between drain and source. Under this particular condition, whatever the graph of drain current ID versus drain to source voltage VDS at constant gate to source voltage is obtained, that characteristics we can call it as it is the output IV characteristics of the E-MOSFET. When VGS is kept constant, at the beginning suppose if VGS is 0, when VGS is 0, that means no charge carriers are enhanced, no artificial channel is enhanced within the P region. So that's why charge carriers which are emitted from the source will not reach to the drain, hence the drain current is minimum or 0. But when you increase gate to source voltage, naturally on gate side, positive charges will start developing, negative charges will start developing within the P region, which was lightly doped. And hence the negative charge carrier will start enhancing. Due to this, a N channel is enhanced, and at the cost of that, electrons emitted from the source will move towards the drain, and hence the drain currents goes on increasing. Thus, as we go on increasing VGS, naturally more and more charge carriers are enhanced, and that's why more and more electrons will be attracted towards the drain so as to increase the drain current. Same type of working we are going to observe from the output characteristic curves. Thus we can say output characteristics are nothing but the graph of drain current ID versus drain to source voltage VDS, but at any constant value of VGS. The nature of the graph obtained is as represented in this particular graph. Say for VGS equal to some say plus 8 volt, the nature will be like this. Look at here. So from this nature of the graph, what we can observe? At the beginning, when VDS is 0, ID is 0. Whatever the value of VGS it should be. Because when no VDS is applied, means source will not liberate the charge carriers, and that's why the drain current is 0 when VDS is 0. By applying particular value of VGS, when VDS will start increasing, naturally ID starts increasing. Look at here. Up to this. Within this, we have got the linear region. That is, when VDS increases, ID increases. VDS is directly proportional to the drain current ID. It obeys the Ohm's law. And that's why that linear region, we can call it as it is the ohmic region. After that, slight increase in VDS increases ID in a large manner. That obeys the inverse square law. So that's why that region we can call it as it is the inverse square region. After that, even though VDS is increased, ID almost all remains constant and FET goes to saturation. Thus the working of FET here changes from ohmic region to inverse square law, inverse square region to the saturation region itself. This is the one conclusion which we can draw from the characteristic curve of current and voltage through the E MOSFET. But another conclusion we can draw, when VGS increases from 3 volt to 8 volt, naturally ID also increases. Because on y-axis there is ID and VGS we are increasing here, which we can observe from this particular reading. 3, 4, 5. For 3, drain current is say 1. For 4, drain current is increased, and so on. For 8, drain current is almost all 9 point something. This indicates that when VGS increases, ID increases. And this is because as VGS increases, the channel is enhanced, and that allows liberated electrons to reach more to the drain, and hence the drain current goes on increasing. So this is what we can call it as enhancement aspect of the E MOSFET. Friends, this is what the IV characteristic, especially output IV characteristics of E MOSFET. Analogous to, we can say, the drain current is generally given as IDSS into bracket 1 minus VGS upon VP bracket square, where IDSS is saturation current, ID is the in general drain current, VGS is gate to source voltage that we applied, VP is the pinch off voltage. When VGS is 0, look at here, when VGS is 0, ID equal to IDSS, that is its maximum value. Now another characteristics which we want to study and that is the transfer characteristics. It is defined as it is the graph of drain current ID versus gate to source voltage at constant drain to source voltage. Means to plot the transfer characteristics, we have to keep the drain to source voltage constant, then vary gate to source voltage and note down ID. Then plot the graph of ID versus VGS at particular value of say VDS. So on y-axis ID is taken, on x-axis VGS is taken, whereas VDS is constant. The nature of the graph obtained is as represented here. Look at here. So what it indicates? It indicates that when VGS is less than VTH, that is threshold value, naturally the drain current is 0. Drain current is 0 because no channel is enhanced. No charge carriers are enhanced within the P region of the gate. So that's why drain current is 0. As you go on increasing VGS, till VGS becomes equal to threshold voltage value, at which within the P region negative charges are enhanced. Due to increased VGS, on gate side positive charges will be developed to the left side of the SiO2 layer, which is going to act as a isolating layer, insulation layer, dielectric material, and to the right side within the P region negative charges will be starts developing. So that takes place when VGS becomes equal to VTH. But after VGS becomes equal to VTH, increase in VGS enhances the FET and allows drain current to increase. So this curve, we can call it as, it is a transfer characteristics curve of the enhancement MOSFET. Friends, that's all about IV characteristics of E-MOSFET. Friends, almost all we have completed this particular topic. Let me introduce the applications of the FET. Up till now we have studied three types of the FET. One is junction FET, second one is a D-MOSFET, and third one is the E-MOSFET. We are extending ourselves to study some of the applications of the field effect transistor in general. Student friends, FET is used as a high input impedance amplifier because generally, as far as junction FET is there, input gate to source junction is reverse biased, output junction is forward biased, and that's why input impedance is high, and that is the reason why FET can be used as high input impedance amplifier. FET is also used as a low noise amplifier, especially in the electronic communication aspects. To reduce the noise, FET is used as a low noise amplifier. No doubt, FET is going to be used as a switch. As like BJT, FET is also going to be used as a switch because it is to be operated in the cutoff region and also in the saturation region. FET is used as a differential amplifier in operational amplifier as a high impedance device. While constructing an operational amplifier as an integrated circuit, the first stage of operational amplifier is a differential amplifier, and it is used as high input impedance device. FET is used in instrumentation to increase the sensitivity of the instrument. FET is used as an input device to pick up the input sensed signal. MOSFET is used as a CMOS technology to design gates. In digital logic, gates are going to be manufactured by using CMOS technology. Friends, we have studied DMOS technology, EMOS technology. In that there are three types. One is a PMOS, second one is a NMOS, and third one is a CMOS, which is a combination of PMOS and NMOS. So by using that complementary metal oxide semiconductor field effect technology, logic gates are designed. FET is also used as a VLSI device in designing the integrated circuit. VLSI technology, that is very large scale integration technology. ICs are going to be designed by using FET. FET is used in microwave communication as a MSFET. MSFET means metal semiconductor field effect transistor. So these are some of the applications of the field effect transistor which are likely to be used in practice. Dear students, that's all about the meaning of FET, classification of FET, difference between FET and BJT, construction and working of junction FET, DMOSFET, EMOSFET, operation of junction FET, operation of D MOSFET, operation of E MOSFET, current voltage characteristics of junction FET, current voltage characteristics of D MOSFET, current voltage characteristics of E MOSFET, FET parameters, relation between the FET parameters, and that's all about. Almost all we have completed topic number 4, that is field effect transistor, along with its applications. Friends, at the end of this particular topic, I can suggest that please do remember the formula which we have studied up till now. One is formula for drain to source resistance. Second one is formula for amplification factor mu. Third one is formula for transconductance. Fourth one is formula for ID. Just now it is represented. ID is equal to IDSS into bracket 1 minus VGS upon VP bracket square. Please do remember these 4 or 5 formula. Depending upon these formulas, we have to solve some numerical examples which are likely to be asked in the examination. Don't recognize that examination is of objective type question. Even though it is objective type question, some simple examples are asked as a part of the objective matter. From that point of view, we are going to solve some of the numerical